Hey everybody, welcome back to another 10-minute Marvel video, and if you watched my last video, you know that I said Kevin Feige has said a few big things recently, and this video is going up after the first kind of bombshell potential thing that he said. But this one I think is going to excite a number of people, though maybe not as quickly as they had hoped. Feige basically confirmed that there is going to be a Nova, I believe, show coming in the next 3 to 4 years. And I think actually the element of this announcement, since there's been hope and a lot of like, okay, I think this is going to happen, maybe it's going to happen, we'll see if this is going to happen, sort of going back and forth. But I think the exciting bit is that it isn't Sam Alexander. It's going to be the original Nova, Richard Rider. And for people reading current comics, obviously they're going to know Sam Alexander, but Rider had a longer, or has had a longer run in the comics, so I think a lot of people who are maybe a little bit longer comic readers have more of an affinity to that character versus to the new Nova. I also, to me, found that interesting for a fairly different reason. I don't have a strong connection with either of them, so for me it's okay, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But what I liked about this choice, and I do prefer this choice over the choice of Sam Alexander, because this is an older character, potentially. Now, obviously, they can make Richard Rider younger. They can make Nova younger, but that would then start to bleed into the kind of category of the newer Nova, who's more of a young Avengers type of character. The original Nova is much more of a hardened, kind of cranky individual, honestly, somebody who would work really well with like a Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. And I like that element. I think that the MCU is doing a solid job of building up new young heroes. I really enjoy Kate Bishop. I really enjoy Miss Marvel, America Chavez. I'm assuming in Agatha All Along, we're going to see Billy Kaplan, Wiccan. We saw Eli Bradley. We're building up this core for this young Avengers team. But I don't want to completely move into kind of teen, more young adult focused content for this. I prefer to have that gap or that range of ages for characters, because I'd prefer to have some of them be those young characters, build up the new characters so that eventually, if and when the MCU continues for another 10, 15 years, those are now our stable characters. But in the same time, we need characters who have a bit more under their belt. Everybody can't have kind of the same story of coming to understand their powers, or kind of figuring out what it means to balance that high school, college, young adult life with being a superhero. That's going to be a trope that would get old. So you need to have kind of that diversity in those new characters that you introduce, because some of them are going to stick around for a long time. They're going to stick around for 10 years. But that's a good thing for both the younger and older characters. For the younger characters, we kind of get to age up with them. I don't need younger characters to match my age anymore. I need middle-aged characters to match my age so that I can continue to age up with them, so that it gives me somebody who obviously is a superhero, but in a similar life point. And I think that's what the original Avengers did so well. Like Captain America and Thor, sure, they felt younger, but then you have Bruce Banner, Tony Stark, Nick Fury, they feel older. So you have this range that people could kind of grow up with the heroes. And for me, that's the exciting element of having a maybe a little more seasoned, grumpy character for Nova versus just more to an already fairly full team of Young Avengers. But let me know your thoughts on that announcement. Do you like the sound of that? Did you have a strong preference either direction in terms of which version of Nova that we were going to see? You can let me know your thoughts down on that in the comment section below. And if you enjoy this content, please give the video a thumbs up. You can subscribe and find out whenever we have new videos going up. And if you want to check out some of our longer form content, we have a podcast, 10 Minute Marvel. Same name. You can find it wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcasts from. Links for iTunes and Spotify down in the description below. But with that, we'll see you next time.